All right, boys, we're changing it up this time.
What the fuck? Aren't you supposed to be in jail?
I pulled some strings so he wouldn't miss out on our chats. He's got a full streaming setup in his apartment. Prison cell. He's definitely in a prison cell.
What is the point of the justice system?
They exist, so I have some cronies to wipe my nuts off in court. Now, please, can I introduce my idea for today's debate?
Go ahead, Donald. It's good to see you in a good mood.
Yeah, thanks, George. This cell is very cozy. But anyways, I think to spice it up, we'll ask ChatGPT to give us a random Fire Emblem character, and then we'll discuss whoever it suggests.
What the fuck is that? I've never heard of it.
Seriously? AI is a massive point of discussion right now, and you've never heard of ChatGPT? What the fuck have you been doing?
The new Fel Xenolog maps just came out on Engage, and they are kicking my ass. Chapter 3 on maddening is fucking impossible.
I played Chapter 1 on normal and rage quit within 5 minutes. I can't blame you there.
I was flying into New York, so I haven't played it yet.
None of us have finished it then. I refuse to buy the expansion pass.
Donate that $30 you saved towards my court fees, please. I'm sure they won't go to waste.
Very funny, Donald. I actually spent that $30 on Ivanka's OnlyFans. Some really nice content there.
That shit doesn't exist. Trust me, if it did, I'd be her first subscriber.
Jesus fucking Christ, just pull up the chat bot and let's get started already. You are disgusting.
All right, I'm asking it now. Okay, we're starting with Lysithea. Loved her gameplay. She's very much a glass cannon. But goddamn, is it fun to nuke the shit out of people with dark spikes.
I have her Brave unit and her Winter unit at +10 on Heroes. She's a very compelling character that I have a strong attachment to.
It's been 2 weeks since we last talked, and this guy is still shilling for a gotcha game. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Let me enjoy my shit in peace, you broke motherfucker. Get your money up, and then maybe you can talk some shit.
Both of you, shut the fuck up. I'm on limited time here. Can we stay on topic for once in our fucking lives?
My bad, Donald.
We'll have this talk later then. Going back to Lysithea, I think she's a very inspiring character considering her backstory and the horrors she went through as a child. Yes, she's kind of a dick to people in some supports, but it comes from her frustration, stemming from the fact that she knows she only has so much time to make an impact on the world.
Her whole I'm not a child gimmick that they abuse the hell out of is really fucking annoying, though. Every time I hear a line like that, I just want to punt her across Garrick Mach.
Can't lie, you're low-key spitting right now, Donald. That shit drove me crazy.
I liked it. I thought it was cute.
Of course you did. You probably tried to sniff her through the screen.
That was a one-time thing, and it was a moment of weakness.
Hold on a minute. What? Did I actually just hear what I think I heard?
Well, anyways, I think we've talked enough about Lysithea. Let's move on to the next one.
Donald, I have loads of questions too, but I know we need to move quickly before the guards check in on you. Just generate the next response.
What fucking guards? I'm in Joe's penthouse apartment in NYC. Wait, yeah, you're right. Generating it now. Leaf from Thracia. We already ranked this guy in our Lord's tier list. George wasn't there, though, so we can hear from him.
I wasn't there because you fucking banned me.
You joined the call crying about some degenerate shit because we insulted your wife, Ooh. You wonder why no one takes you seriously.
Lynn is precious, and I will not tolerate anyone talking shit about her ever. Her and Mark are the best ship in Fire Emblem, and I won't debate that. It's simply a fact. Anyways, talking about Leif, I liked him a lot. Of all the lords, I feel like he's the most realistic in terms of his story arc. Other lords just magically have this aura of strength and confidence in their actions, and people rally around them while Leif does his best, but sometimes he simply does not have the experience or the capabilities to not get his shit kicked in every once in a while. He goes through a lot throughout Thracia, and it makes you really want him to succeed when you get to the end game.
This guy went from rage-quitting Birthright Phoenix mode to speaking some absolute facts about the best game in the series. I could for real shed some tears right now.
I still haven't played since the Chapter 4 debacle.
I warned you not to leave with Leaf first, but your dumbass ignored me. Definition of a skill issue.
Of course, his dumbass would fuck himself over on the prison map.
Fuck all of you. It was a mistake, for fuck's sake.
So it's just like your presidency?
I think it's more comparable to falsifying business records to pay off a porn star.
He got you there, Donald.
I'll admit that was a good one. I'm not even mad. I'll generate the next character now.
Not gonna lie, I kind of forgot Lucina existed. Shouldn't she have been on the Lord's tier list? She's a Lord, right?
Her starting class in Awakening is the Lord class, but I wouldn't count her as a Lord in terms of her archetype. To my knowledge, she is never force deployed, which is typical of Lords. She also is allowed to die in the game, which isn't the case with Crom or Robin, whose deaths result in a game over. She's very important to the plot, but I wouldn't consider her a lord.
She may not be a lord, but she's certainly wife material. I have her Valentine's version at +10.
No one cares about the PNGs you bought. Lucina is a boring as hell character who is pretty much a gender-bent Marth, except she's socially awkward and has daddy issues. Bottom tier character.
Trump hating on a strong female character. Imagine my surprise. You're so fucking predictable.
It's called having taste, something you wouldn't be familiar with. Creeps like you just wouldn't get it.
Ignoring you two, I actually like Lucina a lot. She's down to earth and a little flat compared to others from Awakening, but it's a nice contrast from the wacky personalities in that game. She's like a breath of fresh air at times. I still find myself getting a little hyped when she gets a crit. I challenge my fate goes hard.
All I'm hearing is that she's mid as fuck. She's also flat as a board. I'm moving on and generating the next response.
We ranked Hector in the Lord's tier list, so you're up, George.
Hector is fucking garbage. His low move hurts him a lot, and whenever I use him, he never levels speed or skill, so he just gets fucked in the late game. I should mention that I hate his supports with Lynn. When Mark is playable in the remake, I'm keeping Lynn and I far away from that loser.
I don't even know what to say to that. What happened to you, George? Who did this to you?
He's far too gone, Donald. We've lost him. Just generate the next name and we can try to forget this happened.
I wish I was this dedicated to Bernadetta. Teach me your ways, George.
Become enlightened with me, Joe. Anime women are the future.
Both of you are pathetic and a waste of oxygen. Jesus Christ. Now, please, let's talk about Azura. I remember you wanted to put her in great on the Lord's tier list, Joe.
Oh, finally, yes, I really like Azura. Ignoring her in the story, since every character gets ruined in the actual story of Fates, she's really likable in her supports. She's quite snippy with people, and it's fun to watch her interact with the cast. Both her English and her Japanese voice actors did a fantastic job as well.
She's a dancer, so she's pretty much an immediate top tier just based off of gameplay. She also has a surprisingly high strength growth, so if you want to use her for other roles, she can actually perform fairly well. I can't ignore the story, though. The stupid Vala curse plot device is so bad, so I can't find myself liking her all too much.
Lost in Thoughts, all alone being tied to Azura immediately makes her a great character. That song fucking slaps.
Controversial take, but I actually prefer the Birthright version to the Conquest version.
What the fuck?
Dumbass.
Yeah, I can't defend that one. Sorry, bud.
Ah, shit.
Bush with another L take. It's starting to become a pattern. I'll generate the next response.
Another Lord. I watched your Lord's tier list, and surprisingly, I found myself agreeing with Joe. Best Girl Erica is a far more compelling character than this meathead. He is a better unit gameplay-wise, but Erica is a much more deep and complex character than Ephraim could ever hope to be. On a tier list, I'd put him around a B-.
George, hypothetically, of course, if Ephraim and Erica's genders were swapped, where would you rank the gender-bent Ephraim?
Probably around A or A-.
Yeah, I think I've heard enough to know that your opinions mean absolutely fucking nothing.
Where'd that come from?
Do you hear yourself when you talk? Come on, man, you're better than this.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. Just go ahead and generate the next response, Donald.
I can't believe this guy was ever our president. What an embarrassment.
God damn it. I thought we could go one debate without mentioning Micaiah. Now Donald gets another chance to bitch.
I'll take any chance to talk shit about Midkaya. The Dawn Brigade should be called the Yawn Brigade. It is the worst section of any Fire Emblem game I've ever played, and it could put anyone to sleep. No coincidence that a fucking groomer is at the head of it.
She's not a groomer, Donald. Micaiah and Soth are separated for an extended period of time, and when they finally reunite, they realize their relationship is not the same as it once was. It's not like she manipulated him from his childhood with the goal of making him fall in love with her.
Thank you, George. I've told Donald this so many times and he refuses to listen.
I do listen. Your points are just bullshit. She's a fucking pedophile.
He's too stubborn. He'll never change his mind. Just generate the next character. I'm starting to get sleepy.
How the fuck are you tired? It feels like you've barely talked today.
Kamala keeps fucking coming in and yelling about some shit. I've had to mute a couple times. Sorry.
My VP was also fucking annoying. We all understand.
Yeah, thanks. I'm glad we can all relate.
He didn't even realize...
Just let him be in his own world. If it goes over his head, then it goes over his head. The next character is Soren.
Absolutely fantastic unit in Path of Radiance. He got nerfed to all hell in Radiant Dawn, though.
I thought his backstory was very interesting. His experience as a branded and the connection he forms with Ike make him really memorable. His development as a character is some of the best in the series.
His blunt way of speaking and not giving a fuck about people's feelings when he talks is fucking dope. Goated character for real.
He's cool. I benched him in both Tellius games, though. Ike should be with Ranulph, in my opinion.
What the fuck did you just say?
Donald, generate the next character before those two start arguing about ships. I've lost too many brain cells listening to them already.
Camilla. It's Camilla.
Oh, hell yeah. Camilla is the dommy mommy that I want, need, and deserve.
Joe, I am 3 seconds away from banning you from this server. Get a hold of yourself. I see George as a bad influence.
I'm just making him cultured, Barack.
You're making him an out-of-control, horny pervert. He was bad enough before you started manipulating him.
Here, I'll get us back on topic. She's a really strong unit with a great class. She just suffers from being used as fan service. She's an interesting character in terms of the facade she puts up due to her abusive upbringing and not wanting others to feel how she did.
I'm going to look like a massive hypocrite here, but whatever. She's hot as fuck.
Not my type, sadly. She's okay, but there's certainly better out there.
I want to marry her and spoil her in ways she could only dream of. But yeah, she's also a really good unit. Also a very good emblem on Engage. 10 out of 10.
I'm just going to move on.
I didn't even get to talk.
Fuck you. Talk about Edelgard then.
Edelgard was always right. Crimson Flower is the only good route in Three Houses, and we all know it. Dmitri wants to protect the church because his weak kingdom can only acknowledge their king if it's backed by the church. Rhea is a vile witch who Edelgard was right to take down. Fodlin as a whole is better with her in charge.
She's great, but you're completely missing the point of Three Houses if you think there's a correct side. The whole point is that they are all morally gray.
No, I don't think that's true.
Donald, she's female. He's not going to change his mind.
Fuck's sake, this guy is such a simp. I'm just going to move on. We'll do 3 more, starting with Loot from Sacred Stones.
She's fucking annoying and is a nuisance to people in her supports. Artur is a better unit than her, so it's pointless to use her. Overall, she's just pretty mediocre.
Have to disagree. She's pompous and overconfident, but she gets a lot of shit for things that I feel she does unintentionally. She's rude to people, but it's not done intentionally. We see throughout her supports that she is socially inept and simply does not know how to talk to people other than the way she always had.
I don't really give a fuck if people think she's a dick. She's fucking dope. The motherfucker is confident in her own abilities and knows she's superior to everyone else. Sigma grind set, you have to respect it.
I'll shock all of you and say she's one of the few female characters I don't like. She's rude as hell, her supports are awful and make her look like a terrible person, and her design is mid. Garbage character in a game with beauties like Tana and Cyrene. She stands out as being fucking trash.
Geez, fair enough, I guess. To each their own, I'll generate the next one.
Yes, Ninian, she's the best character in FE7, and her supports with Eliwood are the best in the series.
She's lovely on the eyes and a dancer, so she's very valuable as a unit. As a character, though, she's just kind of meh. She doesn't have any standout moments in the story other than when Eliwood cuts her in half.
Yeah, she's cute with Eliwood, but the revival thing, if they have an A support, was really stupid. I do like her as a character, though. She is shy, but also very kind, and I love her relationship with Niels. They are one of the best depictions of familial love in the series.
She's awfully written, which makes sense given that she's tied into the main plot of FE7. That game's writing is dog shit, but nostalgia blinds people to the truth.
The story is a heaping pile of trash, but Ninian is cute, and I will not speak poorly of her. If Lynn didn't exist, she would be best girl.
At this point, I'm looking forward to prison.
Just generate the last character so we can finish this up before your hearing.
All right, we'll finish off with Katria.
She's a pretty good unit in all of her appearances. She's attractive too, so that's another thing going for her. Her crush on Marth was never really interesting to me, and it seems to be a big part of her character, so I never really cared much about her, though.
Katria's insecurities in living up to her older and younger sister make her a very interesting character. She compares herself to Paula and Est and believes that she doesn't stand out in comparison. Despite this, she is still highly dedicated and loyal to the White Wings and Minerva. She's a solid character that I believe suffers from the lack of depth they gave characters in the Arcanian games.
She's fairly straightforward as a character, but I don't think that is a bad thing. She's very good in gameplay, has good supports with her sisters, and overall is solid in every appearance.
I fucking hate her. I spent over $2,000 on orbs trying to plus 10 her bridal version on Heroes, and I only have her at plus 4. I despise that bitch.
That's fucking hilarious. Get absolutely dunked on, you fucking bum.
Shut the fuck up, you fucking war criminal. You wouldn't say that shit to my face.
You're right, I'd just drone strike you and then drone strike your funeral. Don't fuck with me.
Have fun dealing with these two, Joe. I'm going to go plead not guilty.
All right, see you, bud. That pardon is coming soon. I won't let my gaming buddy get locked up.
Sounds good, man. See you soon.